Hey.
Hey, friends, come on in.
We on, we live. I know Empire just went off.
I think it's just coming on.
It is? Oh. You can watch the rerun. Come on in.
Come on, guys. I think we still got like a minute, though.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, ain't nobody coming in. Come on in. There we go. One.
Hey.
There we go. Hello.
Come on in, friends. Hey, T.
Praise the Lord.
Hey, Mike. Elder Mike.
Mike Cephas, what's going on? Ken, what's
Hey,
going on?
Ken.
Crystal Green, what's
hey,
going on?
Chris and Pooh. My BFF. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Della. Hey, Liz. Oh, thank you, Tierra. It was one of them bad hair days. I just had to, go with the wet look. Thank you.
Come on in, saints. Elder Paul, what's going on? Elder Paul, what's going on with you? Hey, I know y'all coming in, so why don't y'all go ahead and share this. Hey, Chris, share this with your followers. Got that video in HD, y'all.
Absolutely.
For sure. Share this with your followers. Invite some people some single mothers who are looking to get married, some single fathers who want to get married.
Hey, Justin.
Invite them. Bring it on in. Reverend Dorch, what's going on? Trying to be like you. Della Singleton, what's going on? Come on in, saints. Share this, please. Share it. So we're going to go ahead, give you guys a couple more seconds to come on in.
Yes.
How you doing today?
Gary.
Got some little sexy over here, huh?
Hey, Ravens. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Hey, Tree.
Butter Pecan, whoever that is.
That's Katrina. I grew up with Katrina.
Butter Pecan. They
Hey,
say Butter Pecan. So, hey, guys, we want to welcome you to another week of Black and Blended.
Yes.
Woo. This is our third episode.
Thanks to all my friends for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in, and those who come back
support.
every week. That's how you at the laugh was in there. You saw scoot over.
Yeah. He's on
thank
Hey,
you.
T-Bird.
Hey, Antoine McNutt, what's going on with you, sir?
Hey, Antoine.
So,
hey,
welcome to another week of Black and Blended. This week, our topic is gonna be: you can't love your spouse, you can't love your man, you can't love your fiance if they have children, him or her. You can't love them and hate their children. That's what our topic is today. Yeah. And sad to say, this is a very relevant topic. It happens a lot. It's very, very common. So, all love.
Hey,
Tina, what's going on? So, I want you guys to, again, share this, tag some people in this that you think this will bless. Single mothers who waiting to get married, come on in, invite them. And we need lots of hearts, likes, thumbs ups. We need a lot of wow faces. Push those hearts, everybody. Wow faces. And if you can hear us pretty good, can we get some thumbs up? If you guys can hear us. Y'all can hear us? There we go.
That's pretty good.
Good. Perfect. Cool. So, people don't play about their kids, especially women. I've known, you ever had your child come in the house crying, 4 years old, like, Mommy, they hit me. And the mother go out there ready to fight the kid. The kid the same age as your child who came running in there.
Yeah.
And parents be really wanting to fight other people's kids. They can be the same age. They can be younger than them. It's because people do not play about their children.
No.
And you shouldn't.
No.
You shouldn't. So when you looking for a mate or a spouse or a godly man or a woman, if you got children, him or her, because the rate of single fathers are rising. You have a lot of single fathers. Yeah. I know a guy that's a single father and he is young.
Yeah.
So and I'm gonna hopefully we can have him on here one day. But that when you're looking to get married, you can't think about yourself no more. You gotta think about your child first. Isn't that right?
That's absolutely right. Like we were saying, like this is a package deal,
Yeah.
and so it's not just like you just coming into this like, okay, it's just me and you. It's me, you, and that other person.
Yeah, because you can't just let anybody in your kid's life. I mean, you can't let any single body in your kid's life. Let's hit this, because in Matthew 1:20, it talks about when, because according to Jewish customs, whenever you have someone and you was finna marry, whenever they became pregnant and it wasn't by you, or somebody committed adultery and they got pregnant, you were supposed to stone them. That's how it was. So when Joseph, just imagine your wife come and tell you, hey, I'm pregnant by Jesus. Wait, sure. And I ain't touched you? Nuh-uh. So just imagine what he was thinking. I mean, the brother was just like, so he was thinking, according to Jewish customs, either you drag out, we stone her, or you put her away. Yeah. So he thought about putting her away.
Yeah.
Tori, what's going on, bro? He thought about really putting her away.
Yeah.
And God sent him an angel. He had to pray about it. God sent him an angel and said, take that woman as your own, and she's going to conceive a son, and you're going to call his name Jesus. So first of all, whenever you thinking about dating anybody that has children, or you have to take that thing to God in prayer first.
Yes.
Don't take the relationship further if you don't want to be that son's or daughter's mother or father. You take it to prayer. If God don't tell you to marry them, then you don't do it.
Yeah, and one of the things is too, the reality is this child is not. This is not going to be like an overnight thing. And so, like, you can't expect to fall in love with this child overnight. And so, just like you spend time with now your husband or your fiance, but you didn't spend that. Did you take time to spend that time with that child too? Because when you get into a relationship, you have to figure out, you have to understand that this is going to take a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it's going to take a lot of you being selfless for this child, so this child can begin to accept you as well.
Yeah. And watch this, and women of God, this is a note. Joseph went to God in prayer. So don't you never meet a man or a man of God, quote unquote, because these suckers, sheep in wolf's clothing. Yeah. Don't you ever be with a man who don't first have a prayer life. Come on, somebody.
That's very true.
Have a prayer life. And number two thing, Joseph went to God, and it's two things. Joseph's ears were open and Joseph's eyes were open, because first he saw an angel, which was sent by God, and he heard the angel. Absolutely. So that means what? That man of God heard from God, which means he was prophetic.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody.
That's very true. Keith is coming from, so I'm going to bring you an aspect of a child, and just give you a little characteristics of how children are, and what that thing looks like. So I'm going to be chiming in with him, but I'm going to kind of break that thing down for you tonight. Okay.
And so he was prophetic. And that's another thing is when don't be with somebody who can't hear from God, who is not prophetic. Because number two, this person has to lead your child. Like for instance, my son, which is James, which is our oldest, I know his destiny. I know what God has called him to. I know what he don't like, what he dislike, and I take that and I can raise him according to his calling. All of our children have different individual callings. They have different individual mantles, and I hear from God to have a prayer life. So when I go and pray for my family, I'm not only praying for myself and my biological kids, but I'm also praying for her son, which is my son, because we don't do the step thing. I'm praying for James. I hear from God regarding him. So ladies, and even men who have children, don't you marry a woman who can't hear from God. Don't you go to a man who can't hear from God, because it'll be detrimental. Because these days you got to do background check, you got to do credit checks. You don't know who folk been changed their name 4 times. You don't know what you getting. You don't know who you getting. Folk got rapists, folk child molesters, folk alcoholics. I mean, you don't know what you're getting. So before you say I do, and you bring children, your children and their children into something that is chaotic and that is dangerous. Because watch this. One of the best things God could have ever did for me was, or ever did for my son, or for me, I per se, was not allow my father to be in my life. Now, it might sound harsh or cruel, but it's a lot of men who, say for instance, if my father was in my life, or my son James, his father was in his life, according to the lifestyle at the moment that his father was living, it would not have been conducive to what God wanted him into. So watch this. God pushed him away because he knew I was coming. Come on, somebody. The Lord pushed his daddy away because he knew I was coming. And it's not because his daddy is a bad guy at the moment, what he's doing, what God sees in him, or what God even sees in her. It's gonna throw the child off focus. So, and even I got a friend named Germany Thomas, youth pastor at All Nations. He's married to a blended family, and his son, which is his stepson, which is his son, but his wife had a son. That brother was just on Facebook preaching the gospel. I mean, and he learned that from his father, his father that is not his first father, but his Germany, which is his stepfather, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it. But he learned how to preach the gospel from that man. So you're telling me that God pushed his real daddy, and not saying his daddy want to be in his life, but God allowed him to come in to preach this, to give this boy the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now he over on the Air Force Army bases preaching the gospel to other people like him. So you have to be strategic about who you let in your children's life, because it's a package deal. And when we say package deal, we talking about you got to accept everything. They in-laws, the baby mama, the baby drama. Just imagine this. If that joker got 3 kids, 3 different baby mamas.
You got your hands
full. I mean, you got to accept, you got to think about all that. All that has to be accepted. When you say I do, you taking on a full package. Each baby mama, them coming over on weekends getting kids, them calling over, the child support, all that stuff. You got to factor that in. But ladies, women of God, if that joker do not want to be bothered with your kids, you need to run.
One of the things I want to hit on too, I know the topic is you can't love your spouse and hate your hate the child. And you'll think about it like, dang, could that be possible? Like, how can somebody actually hate a child? And, not saying that of course you don't supposed to hate a child, but it could be little things that you like, man, this kid is getting on my nerve. They doing little nagging, aggravating things. And so doing a little research, you want to think like, okay, what is the trigger points? Like what's the reason behind all this? So one of the things it could be, you may have the biological parent. So you might have like the other mother or the other father that's speaking, crazy about you to their ear to make them feel a certain type of way. They're small. They don't even really know exactly how to feel about you because somebody else has already infiltrated their minds with so much garbage and junk about you. So now they thinking like, I hate her. She a bad person. So now they're bringing that energy to you and making you think, that they hate you so bad. And now it's making you feel like, well, dang, I'm trying to do everything I can. This kid just not liking me.
But I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Another thing is, you have to be, you single parents, be mindful of your children, because your children will play on your emotions.
Absolutely.
And they will have you thinking, because it's all along it's been me and you. And now I gotta let this new person into my life, and now I gotta share my mom and share who I am with this person. So some kids, evil will try to sabotage what you're trying to build and you trying to grow up with, because they don't want to share their mother, their father with anybody else.
Now, one of the things too is ideally now, if you have both parties, the biological mother and a step parent, if everybody's on one accord in unity doing stuff and doing like they're supposed to do, and their objective, their common goal is this child, I personally can't see this child still not kind of having a, kind of pulling their guards down and really kind of fitting to you if you're doing what you're supposed to do as that step parent. So if you're putting that time, you're putting that energy in as that step parent, and that child is still, and if that child is still resenting, then that maybe that child needs some one-on-one time with the biological parent. Maybe that child may be feeling like, man, I'm a little jealous, or, that time is being taken away from me, or they thinking that they're getting that other parent taken away from you. Or, I'm about to hit you with one now.
Hit it with a bang, bang, bang.
Or, this is another thing. Now, this child, you may have been dating or courting someone for maybe about a month, 2 months, and you're thinking in your mind like, yeah, this the one. It's time for him to meet my family, i.e. my kids. Yeah, okay. And you introduce this guy or girl to your child. Now, your child gets attached to this person thinking like, man, he's cool. He took me, bought me some shoes. He took me to baseball, basketball games. He did all the stuff with me. And then now this child is attached, but then you and that person ain't attached. Y'all like decide like, you know what, this ain't really working out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna have to go on my other way. Now here you got a broken child because that child is like, dang, what happened? And then here you go, you trying to figure out, now you're going to try to introduce this child to somebody else.
Another one.
Women, stop bringing all these people around your children. You need to be respectful and mindful of who you're letting into your child's space. Everybody don't have to see your child.
Especially church women.
You don't have to, let me tell you something.
Quit looking Uncle in, ain't his uncle. He got six uncles.
If you meet somebody and you decide that you want to take this thing to another level, you make sure you really hearing from God before they see your seed. Yeah. They do not have to be interacting with your child. They do not have to be in your child's space or anything like that. Just because this should be your own private thing. They shouldn't have to be into your child's space until you actually hear from the Lord and you get a strong discernment that this is who I'm supposed to be with. Because what happens is now that child is looking at you like, dang, I done seen mama with 4 or 5 men. Now she's talking about this her husband. So now this child done actually tuned completely out. And so now you figuring like, dang, why he not adjusting to Lonnie or Jerry like he's supposed to? What's going on? Why he ain't really liking my husband like that? Well, because you didn't show them so many different men he don't know how to feel. So you need to clothe your children, clothe them properly, and not have so many people in their space. They don't need to see your child. Just because that's who you're dating, they don't need to be involved.
Yeah. You know what's that not Tyler Perry, that TD Jakes, Women Down Loose? Uncle Reggie, you don't want no Uncle Reggies, okay? That one was shouting the choir. She was always at church, and Uncle Reggie was at home molesting her daughter. You don't want no Uncle Reggies. Come on, somebody. You don't want that. So, but another thing is, if he wants you or he understands that you are a package deal. One thing what I did was when I was engaged to Tiff, I would take James to baseball games, me and him. I would do little small stuff with him, because if a man wants you, he gonna show interest in your child. Come on, somebody, he gonna show interest in your child.
But you want to make sure that you got some time before he see that child, so you won't be like, oh shoot, another one bites the dust.
Yeah. So he'll show interest. He'll try to spend quality time with them. He'll try to show
make sure you guys are doing stuff together as a family,
too,
so they can see what that thing looks like as a family, a healthy family.
But you know what? Even though and like my oldest son James does this, he know who his real father is. But and this is something you can't help. We're gonna talk about this in another scope. But it's still an innate in him that says, he see Caleb and Chloe and be like, hey, this is their real father. Why my real father is around? Or he might ask Tiff like, well, why didn't y'all work out? So it's always going to be.
Why is
we
my
have different last
name?
names.
Right. Why everybody have the same last name but me?
But this is the issues you deal with when you don't wait to have sex till you get married. These are the issues, because it was never, come on somebody, it was never God's idea for you to share a weekend, because weekends with your child because they got another daddy. God's plan was traditional family. It was never God's plan. It was never God's will for people to have to share spouses, have a child that had 2 fathers and 2 mothers. That was never the plan of God. It was God's plan to have a traditional family. Because the Bible is written according to unto the will of God, not sin. So when we sin and when we decide to have sex before marriage, these are the issues we have to deal with. We got to deal with a baby daddy drama, baby mama drama. We have to dealing with, not only do we have to deal with the in-laws, but then you got to deal with his father side of the family. I mean, it's everybody hand in the pot. So you have to be grace for this. Watch this. You have to be grace. And let me tell you this. For you men who looking to date, don't string these women along. If you don't want to deal with their kids, be honest. And you know what? And you not wrong. Even women, if he got kids and you don't want to deal with that, and you ain't nothing. That's your preference.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with it if you don't want to. You don't have to say, well, I guess I'll just go ahead.
No,
if that's not what you want, because now you don't live your life with all these regrets. Like, dang, I wish I wouldn't even got with him. But I want to say something else. Now, like we just talked about, this challenges will come. My oldest daughter, Kimaya, she doesn't live with us. She stays with her mom. So it's very challenging because she our three children, they stay here and we get her on the weekend. And so then when we get her, I mean, we always include her. If we're going on vacation, family trips, she's always included. We never do anything without including her. But Monday through Friday, when she's with her mom, you know, it's almost like, okay, we got to make sure she's comfortable, make sure she's, you know,
Every
feeling
weekend,
welcome back into the home that we're in, because she's going from she's going to our home on the weekend to her home on the, we're going to answer the question at the end, and to her home with her mom on the weekend. And so, you know, you still have to keep on filling that child with the love and letting them know they are accepted. They are, because kids, number one, they want to feel secure and they want to feel safe. They want to feel loved. They want to feel accepted, and they want to feel appreciated. Kids love praise. You did a good job. I'm so happy. Oh my God, thank you for watching. Girl, you watched the best dishes. No. What I'm saying is, if they're doing something, you should honor. You should praise them. Don't just be like, I mean, you should praise that child if they're doing something. So we make sure that we are, you know, poured inside of her, so she won't feel like, why I have to go back home, you know.
And another thing is, that's a challenge. Just the way James can feel like, well, you know, what happened to my real dad, and why I didn't work it? But at the same time, then my daughter comes over and she's finally feels that way because she got to share me.
She's like she has to share.
And then she'll think, well, you spend more time with James than you do me. But I can't control it because James live in a home with me and she doesn't. So now, you know, you have to deal with those. We have to deal with those two things.
But a way that we kind of balance that out is he has daddy-daughter time. And so it'd be time when he pick her up, they just go and have some lunch together. You know, it's just that time away from everybody else, not excluding us, but just that personal one-on-one time that child needs, so they can know that, hey, I haven't went nowhere. You know, you're not forgotten about. I still love you. You know, and they don't feel like a certain type of way because they feel like, damn, we got to go back over here or whatever. Yeah.
And another again, please, can y'all please share this? Share it on your pages and everything. But listen, know what you can handle.
Yeah.
You gotta know what you can handle. Cause if your kid's bad and he don't want that, let him move on. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care if he in the Beer Games Matter group. I don't care what the brother got a good job. Cause you know the sister one, the guy with the.
Okay.
I don't care what he doing. If he ain't built to handle your child and his devils and his destiny, let that joker go. Let me tell you something. God will give you a godly man that love you and your kids.
Absolutely.
And God will give you a godly woman that love you and your kids to the man. He'll give you somebody. You just can't be thirsty, and you just have to be patient.
Yeah.
He will give you somebody, so know what you can handle.
Yeah.
If that's not what you want, woman, you done worked hard for your degrees and your house, and you don't want to settle. You not wrong. No. And women don't make him and her feel like she wrong for that's her preference.
Girl, you better just get with him. Your biological clock is ticking. You better throw that clock out the window. Who cares about that?
Yeah. So know what you can handle, because I answer to the Lord for James. Even though I'm not his biological father, I pray for him. I pray according to his calling and his destiny.
Absolutely.
I'm in charge. When I pray, when me and you are head of the household, so that includes him. They was a package deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't come in there thinking like, well, I like you, but because I felt like she do baby him. I felt like I was coming on. He was about 10. She was putting his pants on. I'm like,
nah, that's not
okay,
true.
He wasn't 10, but he wasn't
no 10.
He was 4. 3 going on 4.
3.
And she was putting his pants on, dressing.
I was helping.
Dresses? No, you were helping. She was dressing him. But I knew it was a package deal. I knew that
every kid has a different need.
No, you see that? Mothers love baby and them firstborn sons. That's another scope. Black women love baby and them firstborn sons. Black women do. Yeah, all women do that. Y'all love baby and firstborn sons.
Whatever.
I don't know what is it with that. But I knew I loved her, so I loved him. It's as simple as that. I knew I loved her and I loved him. So
like I said before, I don't think it's so much. I'm gonna go back to this. You gotta get a laugh out of that. I don't think it's so much of babying. Like I said before, I just think that if this is so if you have a child and it's just been you and this child for so long, you get accustomed.
Somebody said we do. And there was a woman. Come on, somebody, Danisha, I saw that shit. Come on, be honest, y'all baby them firstborn sons.
I'm not okay. Sure. This is what I'm saying. If it's just you and that child, okay, I admit I have kind of a little overcompensated for James, but I said that before on the last Facebook Live. I'm sorry. that I felt that I had to do a little bit more because his dad wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. So like I said, I wasn't trying to be his daddy and nothing like that. But I just
but the God put me there. See you.
But this is before you got there.
But you still kind of still do it. Come on.
Hey,
now.
wait a minute.
We in here. So let's
Hey,
go.
this is real.
Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me tell y'all this, dog. We ain't reading no. This ain't no gimmicks. This ain't no. We came up with a good idea. Think it would get numbers. No, we live this thing. These are real stories. These ain't no lies. FYI, we done been there, done that, blended family for real.
And it's just challenges that we're still going through. So yes, I may do a little bit over.
But another thing is with women, especially when it's a blended and you have a boy, what happens when you are overprotective of that boy? What happens is you handicap him. Yeah. Then he gets 16 and 17, and it's a lot of things. And Lord forbid if y'all make it and y'all living and you able to offer your children a life you never had. On top of that, then they don't know what it means to work hard. They think they always gonna get their way in life. I mean, it's it's pros and cons to that. So you always and I know you wish his father was there.
Sometimes you can't help it.
I mean, you can't help it, but you want to raise a man, not a mama's boy.
Now wait a minute, that's true because
don't no woman want no mama's boy. Don't no man who want to stay home. Don't no. So what you have to do? I know you love him. I know his father not coming around, but that's why God sent us brothers in there. That's why you can't. That's
right. Make these kids work.
Make them work. Shoot, I worked hard, but you gotta. That's when you pray for God to send you a godly man that's gonna love that boy, or even that girl as our own, and vice versa. Oh, godly women, you gotta let them do their job. You gotta trust them and let them, because God don't give you what you want. He give you what you need. And for you blended families, I know you want muscles and tattoos, but for you and your child, and I know fellas, you want thick in the thigh or head down your back. But you gotta get people that it's a blended family. This is hard, man. This is hard work. You gotta get people that are built for this. You got to be built for this. Yeah. Because there's a lot of challenges. It's a lot of twists and turns. Strong. That's right. That's our last name is Strong. It's a lot of twists and turns in this thing. So you gotta get somebody that is built for this, and that's gonna love your child. If they love your child, man, your child is good.
Yeah. And you can tell if somebody not really, really for your child. You can see it, like their expressions, their actions. Actions speak louder than words. So you can see if somebody, even their whole demeanor, if they're not really feeling your child, that's like a telltale sound. Like, you ain't feeling me then. You just want me because I'm thick.
Yeah. And you know what's another thing is, the Bible doesn't really, even though Jesus was a part of the blended family, the Bible doesn't really give you blueprints on how to blend families. No. This is something that you have to learn from other couples who walked in that walk, because the Bible really gives you principles on traditional families, mother, father, children, not blended.
Or like when if someone in the Bible, if they were married and maybe their husband, they were widow, then they would marry their brother or something like that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So
that would blend. Come on, somebody. I ain't talking about that. We got to dig in that. Yeah. That's a good point.
So that is blended. Yeah. What you think? I mean, it's still in the family though.
Yeah. So so this thing but then you gotta understand the headaches. Somebody asks, how do you do holidays? It depends on the couple, and it
depends on like I mean, hopefully the other parent is not a butt and trying to really give you a hard time. If you're getting a hard time like that, go to court. I mean, you got to pay that child support and get visitation.
Let me tell you something, women. Come on, somebody, that was a good thing. If you meet a man who got kids and he ain't paying child support to take care of them, and he in the Lord's house, that don't mean nothing. You better run. If that brother, I pay child support for my daughter. Matter of fact, I signed myself up. Okay, if you meet a brother who got kids, ladies, and he ain't taking care of them, no, am I lying? If you meet a brother who ain't taking care of his kids, ain't doing nothing for him, girl, he ain't gonna take care of yours. Wait a minute, wait. What makes you think if he ain't take care of his, he gonna take care of yours? I mean, it ain't gonna change. No. Now something, but
sometimes they have arrangements. They can, like, sometimes I've seen couples where they wrote like a contract out and they said, okay, we're not gonna go to court, but you're gonna give me X amount of dollars every 2 weeks or every month or whatever like that. And they have that agreement like that. I mean, whatever works, long as he giving you something to help towards that child, whatever works. Now, with holidays stuff like that, like try to work something out. I mean, you might not get the child every holiday, but maybe we can do, can we do every other holiday? Or you just did Thanksgiving, can I do Christmas? Or vice versa. I mean, like I said, or look, split it up. Okay, they was with you for the morning part of Christmas. Now we're going to be with me for the latter part of Christmas. We still got that Christmas, but you going to go daytime, I'm going to go nighttime. I mean, whatever works. So you're going to spend like that Friday or whatever day that Christmas falls on, spend like Christmas Eve. And they go, you spend it like that.
But let me tell you this. For you, when y'all do blend and you marry a man, vice versa, got kids, don't let that child run your house or they mother or father. That's next school. We're going to get into that next school. But
that was good. What do you feel about having holidays together?
No, somebody gonna say. Somebody gonna say, well, I'm cool with my child's father. I mean, that's good now.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. It might be a little.
But after y'all been on rocky grounds for about 10 or more years, I can't see us being best of friends. I'm sorry, I don't roll like that.
My thing is, this is my take. Whatever makes you and your spouse feel comfortable. Yeah. So if, say for instance, if that's okay, that's how y'all want to run your household, you want to have holidays together, then that's y'all do that. But if your spouse like, I ain't about to have
graduations, birthdays, that's different. That's mandatory.
But sitting at the table, I mean, we've actually done that. We've had we did. We had dinner and stuff together. We went to lunch, baby. When we was at Buffalo Wild, we was at Illuminati's. This one, she graduated from kindergarten. This was a while ago.
It was graduation. Right,
it was like a graduation dinner. So, I mean, long as they're not ignorant, you able to have a cordial conversation together and nobody's being ignorant, I don't think nothing's wrong with it. I mean, whatever is okay the common ground for you and the child.
That's a good question. At what age would you allow the child to figure out what holiday to choose holiday with? It all depends on the situation. Like for instance, James, his grandmother on his father's side spends a lot of time with him. So she's
an excellent grandmother.
I'll let him go over. I think that's okay if we go over there. But if his daddy don't spend enough time with him, so really, if the father's not spending enough time with the child, it's very hard for you to trust him with your child. So, but when the kids become teenagers, you gotta kind of let them pick, because then if you don't let them pick,
they're gonna go off on their own.
They're gonna go off on their own, or they're gonna start hating you. That's only if that other parent is actually trying to be in their life. Don't let if that joke ain't trying to spend no time with your child, your daughter, the biological father. Don't let, and he ain't calling him or her. Don't let your child force them into their life like that, because your child gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely. Hey, he's on what's up, look at.
Look at. So, what about when the parents have arguments around the children?
Oh, that's a no-no.
That's true, because you know what, your children, especially the ones that have a different biological parent, they will play on that. Kids play on that. They will play,
and that's not healthy. It's okay to have an argument. Even by
it's okay to have a heated argument. I mean, it's okay to argue.
I don't think that
now,
you should do it in
when you
front
get
of
to
the
cussing, slamming the door, it depends on.
When you get to hitting below the belt, like that's a no-no, because you don't want your child to begin to develop a certain. Because say for instance, if you're arguing in front of, if I'm arguing, or he's arguing with me in front of James, our oldest son, and he's saying all type of off the wall stuff, then James gonna be like, "Don't be talking to my mama like that." So that's gonna get him all rammed up, because I'm his mother, and he don't care what's going on. He gonna protect his mother.
I'm yelling at his mama. The brother, he coming out here like, "You good, mama?"
Because my big boy, he big.
Because James is actually bigger than me.
Yeah, he is.
He about 3 inches taller than me, but I still choke him up. I don't play like.
I don't play.
You know what I'm saying? I put him in choke up.
But I mean, the thing of it is, if you're having an argument, I don't think that your kids should be involved in that argument. They shouldn't even be involved in it. So you need to be mature about your arguments, and go in the bedroom, close the door, or get in the car so they won't hear it. I mean, be mindful that they are still children, and even if they are teenagers or whatever, they will still have their opinion about this person. So if you invite this person into their life, like, okay, this your stepfather, I want you to love him, but then they keep on hearing y'all going back and forth, toe to toe. They like, man, please, I ain't about to respect dude.
And let me tell you, James, I mean, I had to hem him up this morning. You know what I'm saying? She coming. I had to get him this morning, but it's all out of love. And
let me tell you something. Now I discipline James, but Keith is he's more dominant. So if I'm telling him, hey, I want you to do X, Y, and Z, and he's like giving me a hard time, I'm like, Keith, and I'm like, I thank God that I can call him and let him know, like, hey, I need you to put him back in line because I'm getting my blood pressure all ramped up. She ain't always
be like that though.
No, I didn't, but I am now. It's time.
But you know what?
It's not a quick fix, ladies.
Because he a teenager, and
he try to
in
buck
high
back.
School, they try to buck, but I buck back with you. You know what I'm saying? I buck back with you. But let me tell you something. Not only is kids watching arguments, they watching. Like, my kids see me squeezing their mama booty. Like, come here. You know what I'm saying? They be looking like, Daddy. And then James, he just be looking at me smirking like, why you touching my mama booty? I'm like, this is my booty. You know what I'm saying? So not only do they need to see, you don't want to really see bad arguments and breaking doors and breaking down, busting down walls. You want to see healthy arguments, but you want to see love and affection. Like they see me kissing their mama, like especially Caleb. Caleb looking at me like
Caleb be mad.
He be mad like, Daddy, I know you my red
Don't
daddy.
touch my mama no more.
I want to stab you. Why you all up on her like that?
They don't play about their mama.
That's how Caleb looking at me like, why you all up on her like that? How do you handle respect with siblings? You gotta demand respect. Let me tell you something. I don't play about that. But another thing is,
you gonna demand respect.
Not only do I don't demand it, but that's a good question. The other person has to set the standard. Yeah. If their child coming in disrespecting you, that's because James was disrespecting me, and it kept going on. I think maybe
talking about from the siblings, like you talking about like sibling respect.
That's what I thought. Look at Jason. I'm gonna get you the question. Give me a second, brother.
Where's his question?
You gotta scroll something through there. Here's your phone. So, if the child is disrespecting, say if James was disrespecting me, and it kept happening, it was horrible, and it was get worse and worse. But it was allowed because she didn't set the standard. So it's vice versa. If your husband has kids, they have to set that standard and be like, hey, this is what's not going to happen. This is your father. I know he's not your biological father. This is your father, and you are not going to disrespect him. I'm not going to allow you to disrespect him. That parent has to set the standard. If that's what you remember that question. That parent has to set that standard from the get-go. Yeah. You got to knock that down at the door, because if you don't, it'll go on for years and years and years, and your kids will get grown. And I know kids that hate their stepfather, and they grown. They've been with all their life and can't stand them.
This is a really good question. He said, how do you feel about a man that it's hard for him to actually show emotions because he's never got emotions shown to him by his parents? How do you deal with that? That's a really good question, babe.
From the child or from?
The man. So if a man, I think this question is saying, how do a man show emotions to a child that he's actually never got emotions back to him, so he never really got that from his father. But how did he show it for that child?
Okay. So this is a 3, 4, 5, 4 question. Again, y'all share this, likes, hearts, bang. This is a question. It all depends on the person, because like I said, you have to watch who you bring your children around. If this brother is emotionless, and he not all there, and he barely wants your child, it's not gonna work. But it's not gonna work at all. But it depends on the person. Like, if this guy, he knows he has this issue and he's working on it, like, hey, I never had a father, but I'm getting counseling. Right. I'm praying about it.
As long as he knows that it's a problem. Now, if you don't think nothing's wrong with it,
then you need to run. But if he knows it's the issue and he wants to love your child and doesn't know how, then I wouldn't say work with them, because we ain't got time to waste. I mean, my thing about when you letting these kids in your family's life, it's like James' destiny is involved. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is, if he gonna make millions for the kingdom, I gotta point him towards that direction. Like, look, I need you to work on your math. Yeah. I need you to get into these stocks and bonds. I need you to do all this stuff geared towards your assignment. Yeah. So, and then at the same time, what if the kid's bigger than you? It don't matter if bigger. I'm gonna choke him up. That's all. No. So, but in ways, because I'm tough and I'm not really mushy. You know what I'm saying? But I'll let you know, like, I love you, man.
But the reason why is because that's a perfect question, because Keith's biological father was not in his life. And so that's a really, really good question, because he does show affection and love towards all 4 of our children, even though he didn't even know what that thing looked like, as far as like, you know, love from another man, because he didn't actually have it from his father. But I believe the Holy Ghost did a strong work in this man. And allowed the emotions to open up, because it wasn't no way that I was going to. Why are you looking like that?
Oh no!
It wasn't no way that I was going to, you know, allow him to be around my son and we court and all that stuff. And because he had to love me, so he loved James.
And so I'm not mushy, but I let you know, like, dude, I love you. I'm there for you.
He's very straightforward.
Now I'm gonna fuss at you because I'm doing it because I love you, and I want to see, and I want the best for you, and I want, like, so I'm a fuss. So it all depends on. And then I have a prayer life. I love the Lord.
Yeah.
So that gives them an edge. That's what
really
I love the Lord. I have a prayer life. When I go to church, come on, somebody. My son see me lift my hands. My little son, even my daughter. Let me tell you something. My stepson, my James, he hear me praying in the morning at 4:30 in the morning. So I get on his. You could call him right now and be like, "Your daddy pray." Yeah, he do. I give him that. He got to pray. Yeah. So they see me worship. They see me pray. They see me go to church with them. They see me lift my hands and worship.
Yeah.
So that's where the sensitivity or the love factor. So that's why I'm saying, women, you can't marry anybody, or women or men, you can't just marry anybody, because. Yeah. You need somebody who is sensitive to the Holy Spirit.
You need some discernment.
And have discernment and sensitive to the Holy Spirit that's going to love your child. Because my thing is, if James failed, I'm going to blame it on me. If he failed, I'm going to take offense to that if he failed in certain areas. Yeah. So,
That's very good. Any other questions?
I saw one come up that Jason put up, but I didn't see it.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Ashika.
Make sure y'all share this.
Hey, everybody that tuned in.
Yeah. So we just talking about, so ladies, and gentlemen,
thanks, Linda.
Now let me tell you this, ladies, don't be hard on him. He ain't got to be Superman, but at least he's showing interest on loving your child.
And long as he's putting effort for trying. It's no perfect man out here. Ain't no perfect woman out here. You ain't gonna get no man riding no white.
And let me say this. I'm gonna fly again.
Captain Satan. You ain't about to get that.
I'm gonna fly again. Jason, read this question, babe. I'm finna fly again. You women who you ain't that boy's daddy, and you never will be, or that girl's daddy. You just a mother. I can't stand women. Well, I was your mother and your father. That's impossible.
Okay.
It's impossible.
Jason said, how do a preacher or a minister male deal with a woman with a kid in regards to bringing her into a ministry as a family?
Oh, you know what? That's a very good question. Because watch this. Because first of all, I would say 40% of our ordained leaders and pastors and church planners have blended families. Yeah. A lot of our senior leadership in the body of Christ has either been married already, because the divorce rate in the black church is super high. So what happens is people, their first marriage fail, and they have children, and then they get remarried again. So a lot of our leadership in the black church are blended families. So with that is, with a minister, it would be the same thing. We said you have to show interest into her and into the child. You have to spend time with them, and you have to slowly transition them into if you're a senior leader, you should slowly transition them, not her, with him. Whenever she there, he got her kids be with her. Let everybody know I'm loving her and her kids. So if you're a senior leader, you gotta be smart and be prayerful how you transition this woman and her kids into this blended family with ministry with you. Because another thing is, it's gonna be extra harder because you gotta deal with your church. You gotta deal with sheep. You gotta preach every Sunday. You gotta deal with the finances of the church. But then you gotta deal with the finances of your house. Then you gotta deal with those child's other biological fathers. So it's a little harder. So you gotta be focused. You gotta be dedicated.
Yeah. This is a really good question. Gina asked. She said, "What about when the mother feel that the father is too aggressive with the child? Is it okay as a father to correct his children, but if he take his anger on that child?"
Yeah. So then it's one of two things. I feel like what do you mean? What do you mean by aggressive? Because some mothers think that fathers are too aggressive. Period.
But men are dominant. They're strong anyway.
Women are nurturers, but fathers lay down the law. And ladies, if you won't your boys and your daughters to rise up, you got to lay the law down. All right, women are nurturers, but if he is being mean, now it all depends because women think they kids angels. Now your son bad, he be cussing them out when you ain't around. You got to be honest with where y'all at and what your child doing. So every situation is. You know, it all depends. Now, if your son disrespectful or these kids are disrespectful, you better let the men lay that because we can't. That's right, man. Chris. That's one thing. Black men cannot tolerate disrespect. Yeah. I mean, you can do everything, but when you disrespect a man, and watch this, you letting your child. This little joker that ain't his that he raising disrespect him. Oh, we got an issue. I don't play that. No, I do not do that. No. That's a no. Because where your daddy at? He ain't nowhere to be found. I'm taking care of you. You gonna respect me. So it all depends on the issue. But the father should not be verbally abusive. Right now, that's not choking your son up the wall. Right.
He shouldn't be aggressive as though he's hurting your child or putting your child in harm. Yeah, because that's very unacceptable. Because
then what's gonna happen is he gonna tell his real daddy, and his real daddy or her real daughter ain't did nothing all year long. But they gonna come over there and try to fight.
We got a problem. Do we have a problem?
I was like, well, we had a problem. We needed some shoes. Where you was at? It's like so they show up for that, but they won't show up when they. So he don't need to be abusive or anger, and that's what black men do. When black men not feel like they being heard, they turn to anger. When they feel like their voice is not being heard, they get angry. Yeah, that's what they do. So. That's not
right.
Acceptable.
Aggressive or verbally verbally abusive and too aggressively. Yeah. That's not acceptable. Yeah. Now get your butt up and do what you're supposed to do. Okay, but all that cussing out and all that stuff, that's not acceptable. And if you, as a woman, are experiencing something like that, then I would suggest you guys get counseling. Because that's a very unhealthy environment that you are in, as well as the child. Because if he's cussing the child out like that, and I know you cussing you out.
That was a bang bang. He's a little sensitive. My auntie Jackie got a question. When hey, Auntie Jackie. Onto your stepdad, how do you handle? Hold on. Hey, what you say? Auntie Jackie,
wait. What you say? Very soon, Jason. No, very soon. Hold on. What do you? Okay, this is our Auntie Jackie. What do you do if the woman's child is coming on to the step? Wait.
How do you handle that? Well, it all depends on how old this child is. Well, no. This stuff is real.
No, it is. I'm not laughing at your question, but I'm looking like these kids. But this is real life. This real stuff do happen. It's real life.
Yeah. So that's my auntie, y'all. Auntie Jackie. Bang bang.
Auntie Jackie.
So if the stepchild is coming on to if the stepdad coming on to the child, or
it says wait. If the woman's child is coming on to the stepdad. So say for instance,
so the woman need to, first of all, she shouldn't be standing in your house. That's number one. She 18. Right. She grown. Yeah, she good and grown. She should not be standing there. Right. Either she gotta go or I'm leaving, because this is a very uncomfortable situation. Either she gotta go or he need to leave.
Yeah, that's very uncomfortable.
But then
wait, how he gonna leave? And he the stepdad, so he must live there.
Oh, they say together. That's true. Ooh. She gotta go. I mean, because.
But
she acting like what's her girl from Soul Food?
I don't know.
She acting like what's her from Soul Food? Like
you know that girl name,
but still, that's very unhealthy. That's very sick.
But so as a parent,
wait, she 18. She gotta go. I'm sorry. This is because watch this. Let me hit you another banger. First of all, once your kids get grown,
that is real.
What couples tend to do is they put
value.
What kids tend to do, what couples tend to do is they put so much into their children that when their children leave, they don't got nothing because they put so much in their children. So what I would do is with this girl, if she 18. Wow. Look, we didn't raise you. We did our part. It's time for us to live our life. Cool. It's time for me to love my husband, and he don't love me, and us to walk around the house naked. And you kind of come on him. You gotta go. Oh, you gotta go. That's what you're saying. Oh, because that's sick. Like, and my thing is like, who taught your daughter that? Like, I'm gonna look at you and be like, what's your daughter?
Right, and she grown. She gotta go.
But she gotta go. I'm sorry.
But even if the mother don't let go, she gonna let go.
Her faith. That's a faith. Cousin faith. Yeah. Soul
you
Food.
can't.
That's what I said.
I'm about to say that you can't be naming nobody's name.
No, because I was asking Soul Food, cousin Faye from Soul
okay.
Food. Yeah, so she 18, she gotta go. I'm sorry, we don't do that over in holiness.
Right.
Yeah, she gotta go. She grown. Once your kids get grown, let them go. Let they go. We gotta live our life. I ain't finna cause you.
And then the mother should have kind of tamed that too, because you can see your child when they kind of wearing them little short, little mini boy shorts around the man and prancing. Nah, put some clothes on. You be walking around here like that.
So
this ain't your house.
That's unfortunate.
You ain't paying no bills.
And I would hate to be in that situation, but hopefully
hopefully
that man has
they say,
standards.
"Oh, you chose your man over me," but it ain't that. You being fast and you coming on like that's not cool. What you're doing? Now, Aaron.
Which. What if they said they have special needs? Hey, it's a lot of scenarios, but that's why you get you a godly man, and he gonna lead that. He gonna lead that young lady to the Lord. Like, I'm sorry, baby, you need some
Chelsea,
prayer.
that stepdad needs to be checked too. But this was saying like if the girl, if the stepdad ain't doing nothing, but the girl just all like aggressively walking around, bending all over, then she bogus.
Yeah,
now if the man doing something, then the mama need to cut that man off, of course.
Yeah, of course. But at this rate, this lady is 18. She do it when mama not home. She doing it's like a movie, Auntie Jack. I mean, it's like a movie. She need to leave. She grown. She gotta go. Especially if this your husband. Yeah. You is grown. We did our part. It's time to live our life. You gotta go. Yeah. I'm sorry.
But at the end result, like, it's good to get counseling if you guys have, because that's dysfunction. So if it's a dysfunctional, you need to be the stronger person. Like, look, we have a problem. We have some issues. We need some help. Don't be afraid to get some counseling. You know, talk that thing through. Work it out, and try to, go to your pastor, go to one of the elders, get some help. Get the devil cast out. Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions? Again, I want y'all to share this. Oh, I want y'all to like our Facebook page too.
Yeah.
Black and Blended. Like the Facebook page and share this. We got any more questions? Yeah, you got some counseling. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
don't be afraid to get counseling. It's a lot. And you know what, Clavel? Our brother said something that's very true. Like a lot of people do have they're mentally challenged. They do have, no, that's not funny. I know you're about to smirk. But they do have
bind the devil and cast him out. Come on.
But they do have mentally needs or whatever. Yeah. That's why you need, spiritual guidance where you can get tools on how to deal with these people, because they do they're sick. They do have, certain things that's going on they need some help with.
That's true. So we got any more questions? Again, guys, it's a package deal. If he has kids, if she have kids, you gotta love. Man, let me tell you something. My son, I be fussing at him because I want him to be better than me.
Boy, do he fuss.
I fuss because I want better, but I love him.
It's a sight to see.
because this happened when you spoil them firstborn boys. When you spoil them. But I love him, and I want him to be somebody. I want him to do great in life. So
not just him, all of them. I'm overly with all of them.
But still,
so I'm not just spoiling him.
But still, with our two oldest ones.
Is this going to be
on YouTube? Yeah, I'm gonna put it on YouTube too. Yeah, she said YouTube. But our two oldest are part of a blended family, so we have to put in more work with them.
Oh, I want this
and stuff like that.
This is a good question. Ray Vance, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm sorry. It says, how do you handle in-laws who treat the stepchildren different?
Yeah. Well, we.
You want to tackle it tonight?
Yeah. Well, we can take a little bit. So it all depends on what that means. Now, some children know that some people, the in-laws, don't want them to be bothered because, like, grandmothers do this. Yeah. Like, I know this is my real grandbaby, but you the stepchild, so I give my real grandbaby more attention than the stepchild. That's another thing that the parent has to nip.
I got you, Liz. That's a good question.
The parents have to nip that in the bud. Yes, the husband allows it, and the husband has to let his mama know, like, mama, you treat all of them as their own. If you can't do it, they ain't coming over.
Yep.
I'm just if your in-laws can't follow your rules to your blended family, they can't treat your kids equal, ain't none of them coming over here. Now, that's a little mean, because what happens is once you allow that thing, then it's gonna fester and it's gonna turn into another monster.
Yeah.
So you gotta set the standard, and if that's his mama, he gotta put on his big boy drawers and be like, look, mother, I know you love them, but you're gonna treat all them alike.
Yeah,
If you
he
get
gotta check his
if you
mother.
get one, if you get my two a cookie, you're gonna get all of them a cookie.
Yep.
If you're gonna buy all you're gonna buy all of them gifts. Ain't no
Yeah.
picking and choosing.
Yeah.
And then
like, okay, so I'll give you an example. So the biological child can't go to the biological grandmother and be like, oh, I don't like my stepsister. She be doing this and she be doing that. She be doing that, because then like kids do that. Kids will play on whatever, and sometimes they be right, but sometimes they be like, they exaggerate what's really going on, and then they'll make that other person feel like, her little sneaky self, or his little sneaky self, or vice versa, whatever. So you need to see, like, what's going on. You need to, like, talk to your children too, like, hey, don't be lying now. You tell the truth. If something happened, you tell the truth and tell exactly what happened. Don't overly exaggerate something, because it makes a mess out of everything.
but you gotta nip that in the bud, because
Yeah.
folk only do what you let them do. And because my mother-in-law tell you, I don't hold back no punches.
You don't. I want to answer this question real quick. So Liz said, Tiff, how old was your oldest, which is James, when I introduced him to Keith? So James was young when I met Keith. James was just 3 years old.
But guess what James met me at? He met me in the house of the Lord. Come on, somebody. He met me in the church.
He did. And so I met James in February. We were actually going to a wedding together.
Keith?
And
You said I met James in February, Keith.
I'm sorry. I met Keith in February of 2007. We were going to a wedding together, and we started courting, dating in that next month, March. And so we always went to church together. I saw Keith in church, so obviously he saw James, but he didn't ever get a formal introduction to James yet. But I would say maybe like it was really soon. So like I knew, and I had strong discernment. And like I said before in the previous scope, I had asked God, I had a lot of counterfeits in my life, but I had asked God at the time to cover me up. I didn't want to be seen. And I wanted to live my life whole. I knew that I had a son, and I didn't want my son to see a lot of me and running in and out of my life. And so he really got strongly introduced to James, and like we met in February, we started dating in March. He got strongly introduced to James in like June. We were engaged in September. June, July, he met James. We were engaged in September. We were married that next March. And so within a year, we were married. And so it didn't take me long at all, because I had a strong discernment. It wasn't like, I had a bunch of mess in my ear. I knew this was my husband. He knew that I was his wife, and we moved forward from there. And so, like I said, you have to have the Holy Spirit. You have to tap into your level of discernment. You have to fast. You have to pray, because your child destiny is dependent on it. Your destiny is dependent on it. And you don't want to be running around, messing around with some foolishness, and, you like, dang, I done messed up. Another one bites the dust. So, I mean.
Let me hit you with this one. When Joseph, watch this. When God sent the angel to Joseph and say, take her as your own Mary and name her son Jesus.
Yeah.
Joseph had no clue he was raising a world changer. Come on, somebody. Had a clue he was raising a world changer.
Yeah.
He didn't have a clue that he was raising destiny. He was raising the next one who's going down across my sin. So
no clue.
That's why James could mess around and be a millionaire. I'm gonna be with my hand on like, I took care of you, Negro. Give me some of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing it just because I want something back and for money back. But that's why you need a godly man.
Yeah.
Joseph he was raising a Messiah. Didn't have a clue. He didn't have a clue who he was raising. He was raising a world changer. Yeah. So that's why it's always good to know who you with.
It is, Liz. And so, with me, like I said, like I wasn't a female that dated a lot of men after I got saved. I didn't date anybody after I got saved. I had did all that foolishness when I was in the world. So when I really got saved for real, and I realized like, okay, I got a child. It wasn't. I wasn't. My ears was open and my eyes was open to counterfeits. And so if somebody was like kind of coming sideways, I was going sideways out the door. I wasn't going. And so, but I really, like I said, I was not dating. I hadn't dated anybody while I was saved. I was not dating anybody while I was saved. And so when I did meet Keith, and I'm like, okay, then so James already kind of saw him. Like I said, he saw him already in church, because we went to church together.
Yeah. So. Any more questions? Anybody else?
But you got to be aware of them people that go to church too to be talking about they saved.
Because Uncle Reggie, you got Uncle Reggie's in churches too, so you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? You got
and Auntie Esther's too.
Yeah, you got to tell God to uncover that thing.
Yes.
He'll uncover it.
Okay, this is a good question. Donisha said, hey D, she said, when did Keith start spending one-on-one time bonding with James so they could bond often together? So, like I said, when it was really soon. So Keith used to, he worked at, I forgot what bank he worked at.
South Bank. Yeah.
Where he was at LaSalle. So they gave them like tickets to like games and stuff, or baseball and basketball games. So he would take James to the game. I was not there, and I'm like, okay, I was comfortable letting him go. So if he met James in like June, July, like like I said, we got engaged really quick. So every story will be different. But this is just our story. So it didn't take him long. He probably took him to the game. It was hot, so he had to take him to the game in like August, and we was engaged in September. So it was really, really soon. It wasn't.
Another thing is,
it was soon, and after that, they spent a lot of one-on-one time together. They would go to McDonald's and have lunch. They would go to the park. I mean, kids. And he was 3, so it wasn't like it took a lot to please him. You could back then you can buy chips is 50 cents now, but it was 25 cents. You could buy 35 cents. You could buy a bag of chips and a juice and take him to the park, and he was happy because he was 3. So it didn't take much to please him.
Yeah. Another thing is, which I still do, like I know what he like. You know what I'm saying? I can't. And if he want a comic book or a book with pictures, I'm gonna get it because that's what he want. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is that he may like. So I cater my life to him, or vice versa. She would do stuff that she thought my daughter liked, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like our kids really like quality time, or we take them on trips. They like quality time, or a lot of stuff we do. I come down to my entertainment room and watch TV with them, a movie, and we eat junk and popcorn. Even with James, they want to watch goofy movies. They just want to do that. They want to do that. That's, you know what I'm saying?
And then he'd do pop-ups. He'd go pop up at the boys' school. And teacher like, who daddy is this? He go, James.
Even from when he was 3, I'd have been, I mean, let me tell you something. When he was 3, I'd have been at every graduation. Even when I was dating her, I'd have been at kindergarten graduation. I'd have been at every graduation. I'd have been to almost every report card pickup of his.
Yeah.
I'd have been to almost all of those transitions. So
every part of his life that he's experienced, like Keith was like right there, Johnny on the spot. And so, I mean,
and now he in high
know
school.
who you dating, women. Know who you dating, know who you getting involved with. Because especially if their biological father is not involved in their life, they need that man. They need a strong male role model. You cannot teach your son how to be a man. You just can't.
And you can't.
You don't know how.
And vice versa.
Unless you really are a man yourself. Nah, just joking.
Yeah.
But you cannot teach them how to be a man. And so if you have to goes back. You have to relinquish your control. And let them be,
and you gotta have discernment, ladies. You gotta really know, and because especially if you save, it's you gotta really know, because ladies know who know the Lord. You had this gut instinct, and a lot of times God will send you red flags, but ladies, you be so in love with being married, the ideal of marriage, that you don't pay attention to the red flags He's sending you. Yeah. So when you in a blended family. When you're in a blended family, ladies, and even men, vice versa, when God show you these red flags about the way He treats your kids, or how He do you in front of your kids, or vice versa, you pay attention. Don't overlook that stuff, thinking it'll change.
And don't be like, oh, I need 17,000 signs from the Lord to let me know He ain't the one. Girl, bad.
Don't think it's gonna change. If you don't like your kid when y'all dating, He ain't gonna like your kid once you say I do. It's not. It's not gonna.
That was a good comment. Tori said, his he commends you, and I commend you as well for stepping up and taking on that responsibility for our child, because he needs you. We need you.
Yeah. So that's so.
So a lot of stepfathers do more than the biological fathers do. And sad to say, that's just how it is, and the kid end up. Like Shaq. What happened with Shaq? Remember his?
Shaq stepfather raised him.
Yeah.
And his real daddy came around with his hand out, and Shaq was like, "No, buddy, this man raised me."
Right. He put
and
that
Shaq take care of him. His stepdaddy don't want for nothing.
Yeah.
Because that man, because he loved him.
So, Hetty Jones, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. You said, what if the grandmother just can't get it together? Bye, grandma. Girl, don't forget, don't be afraid to tell her bye. But the son is amazing with the children. You and the son, you and the father need to come to agreement. Like, look, she is wrong.
Yeah.
Let him show him. Have your break. Look, Monday she did this, Tuesday she did that. Have your proof and show him. Like, look, we can't tolerate this because this is hurtful for children to be, just write off mean to somebody. Like, that's just mean for somebody to just be mean to a child just for no reason.
And if the grandma do it, like I said, you set the standard. If
it was son's a mama boy, but but if she gonna have to cut the cord, he gotta snatch that cord off him. Like, I'm sick of being this way.
Yeah, so you set the standard. Don't nobody run
your
house.
But I understand you probably don't want to start conflict and confusion in your household with that. I would say pray. You have to, some things you gotta take take it straight to the Lord.
I love my mother-in-law, but she was a handful. And you know why she backed up off me? You know what? Because I ain't play that.
That's good, Tierra. Leave and cleave.
I ain't play that.
Yeah. You know. I mean, Keith was very strong. So strong, not meaning he was not disrespectful to my mother, but he let her know, like, look, this is my household, and you can't run it.
Yeah, and
this simple as that.
And this how we
gonna run this house like this.
Yeah. So. That's Haiti. She worked for Louisville. That's what it was.
Oh, Haiti. Sorry, you said your name wrong.
Yeah. So you set the standard. You got to set the standard.
Right, Tierra. Bye. Yeah. I mean, you have to set the standards, and it's not really being mean to her, but you got to guard them kids because that rejection, man. And you got spirits of rejection, neglection. You gotta go through a whole new cycle of casting the devil out of your kids because somebody else then filtered in their junk on them. So I mean. Some of that stuff you have to deal with.
Yeah. So we don't want to keep you guys long. We had a wonderful time.
Guard your home. Absolutely.
You got to guard your home. Ladies, if you don't love your child, run.
Yeah. And like I said before, stop introducing all these men to your children. Yeah. If you are not serious about this person, if y'all not serious about this person, that person should not be seeing your child. Guard your child. Protect your child. Your child should not be exposed to what your foolishness is. They shouldn't. Don't do it.
Yeah, and if you're a man as a single father, because single fathers are rising, you don't marry someone who don't want to take care of you, who don't want to love your child just they love their own. So the thing is, it's a package deal. If he gonna love you, he gotta love your child. He gotta love all of you, all y'all. And a part of the package deal comes the other father and the other bonus parents. He gotta be able to handle it. If you can't handle it, if you're not built for it, don't go into it.
Only the strong survive.
Only the strong survive. So we thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, we're gonna talk about baby mama, baby daddy drama, or your child's mother or your child's father. People are like, I hate baby daddy, baby. Well, her mother, her father, or vice versa. We're gonna get in that because a lot of outside the bonus parents, the bonus parents cross boundaries. Let me tell you something. And we're going to talk about boundaries with baby daddies, boundaries with baby mothers. When boundaries are broken, what you should do. They can't run, your baby daddy cannot run your home. If I say because let me tell you something I'm here just next week. If I'm the head of the household, typically I have stepfathers if that son is living in the house, like James stays in my house. So typically, I kind of have more authority legally than the biological father does because he stays in my house under my roof. So if we we love you. If us together as a couple say, hey, he needs to be home by 9 o'clock. He has to be home by 9 o'clock.
And as simple as that.
And when you want to do what you want, this is my son. I'll bring him home whenever I want to.
Or I won't bring him home.
You know what I'm saying? Then they start crossing boundaries. So we're going to hit this because ladies, when you move on and find your godly man, the baby daddy start cutting up.
All the time.
He was a dog then. Now he want to be Mr. Right because you done moved on and found you somebody.
You gonna be trying to be in your DM.
You found you somebody who gonna love his son and love you.
Tell him get out your DM after you married now.
You know what I'm saying? So we gonna hit that. We gonna talk about baby daddy, baby mama drama. Ooh, my battery getting low. Her father, his father. We're gonna talk about that. Broken boundaries. You gotta talk about this because these folk cross boundaries.
And like we said before, we don't have a blueprint. This is what we live.
Yeah.
We broke boundaries. We had baby daddy, baby mama drama.
I don't break no boundaries. Anyway.
I broke some.
So we're gonna hit these. Tune in every Wednesday at 8:30. Like our Facebook page. Please like our Facebook page. Please share this video if you know somebody who is a single mother, single father, who is waiting, looking to get married, please share this. We love you guys.
Yes, we love you all.
Again,
thank you for your time.
Y'all a package deal. How can a man love his sister's kids and tell his wife to kill their children? He need prayer.
Wait.
I don't
understand.
I don't know how somebody can do that. That's what he said. Tell his wife to kill their children. She need to leave him.
She need to leave him.
So
And call the
we've been on here long
police.
enough.
Restraining order.
We love you guys. Next week, Baby Daddy, Baby Mama Drama, boundaries with the mother or the father of your children, having boundaries. So tune in next week. We love you guys. Be blessed.
Thank you for your time. We love y'all.